Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam to all devotees. I would like to thank all Jiva leads on behalf of my leaders. So today we'll be discussing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, The Cosmic Manifestation, Chapter 3, Pure Devotional Service, with subtitle The Change in Heart. So let's start with short prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam, Tato Jaya Udirayet Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, Bhagavati Uttama Sloke, Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki, Srimad Bhagavatam 2.3.13. Iti Abhivyakrutam Raja Nishamya Bharatarishabha. Just share the screen. शौनक उवाच इति अभिव्यहृतं राजा निशाम्य भरतऋषभ किम् अन्युत् वृषवान् भयो भूयो वया सखीन् ऋषिं कविम्. Word to word meaning. Shaunaka uvacha, Shaunaka said, iti, thus, abhivyavrutam, all that was spoken, Raja, the king, Nisamya, by hearing, Bharata Vrishabha, Maharaj Parikshit, Kim, what, Anyat, more, Kristvan, did he inquire from him, Bhuya, again, Vayaskim, unto the son of Vyasadeva, Rishi, one who is well versed, Kavim, poetic, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shaunaka said, the son of Vyasadeva, Srila Sukadeva Goswami, was a highly learned sage and was able to describe things in a poetic manner. What did Maharaj Parikshit again inquire from him after hearing all that he had said? Purport. A pure devotee of the Lord automatically develops all godly qualities, and some of the prominent features of these qualities are as follows. He is kind, peaceful, truthful, equable, faultless, magnanimous, mild, clear, non-possessive, a well-wisher to all, satisfied, surrender to Krishna without hankering, simple, fixed, self-control, a balance eater, sane, mannerly, prideless, grave, sympathetic, friendly, poetic, expert, and silent. Out of these 26 prominent features of a devotee, as described by Kaviraj, Krishnadasa Kaviraj in his Chaitanya Charitamrita, the qualities of being poetic is especially mentioned herein in relation to Sukadeva Goswami. The presentation of Srimad Bhagavatam by his recitation is the highest poetic contribution. He was a self-realized learned sage. In other words, he was a poet amongst sages. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जलशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमज्जयपताकस्वामीति नाम्ने नमाचार्यपदाय नित्यकृतपदाय गौरकतधामदाय नगरग्रामतारिणे. नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामीति नाम्ने. नमस्ते सरस्वती गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंद. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So if you see here, the whole Srimad Bhagavatam is actually a series of question and answers. So some important points we should understand is that spiritual things begins only with the enquiry. So without enquiry, there is no advancement at all. In Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna tells the same. What does he say? He says, Tatvidi pranipatena pranipeshnena sevaya. Means, so we have to approach a spiritual master and then we have to inquire submissively. So inquiry is very important here. Here we see Maharaj Parikshit, although he was a great king, he was the ruler of the entire universe. And apart from that, although he was with the known fact that he is leaving his body in next 7 days, still he was very eager to hear more and more about the glories of the Lord. So this eagerness is the qualification of a sincere devotee. And Sukadev Goswami is described here as Rishim, Kavim, means he is a great sage and also a poetic speaker. So, a pure devotee, when he speaks, it is said that his words are naturally very attractive because it is not because of his material scholars or degrees or something like that, but he speaks with realization. So, Srimad Bhagavatam is not an ordinary book. It is spoken by realized soul and it is heard by qualified listeners. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam is great poetry and it has got a potency also. So what we can understand here is that in previous discussion, Sukadev Goswami and Maharaj Parikshit, in that discussion, Sukadev Goswami was explaining in many ways, like what should be done at the end of the life. So the conclusion was hearing the nectar of Harikatha and developing devotion to the Supreme Lord is the most important and meaningful action. So this was the message given in the last chapter, right? So now in this verse, Shaunaka and other sages are asking the same question here to Sutta Goswami. What are they asking? After this conversation was completed, what happened the next? What did Sukadev Goswami further explain to Maharaj Parikshit? What was discussed? What was discussion taken place between them? And please describe this to us. See how eager they are. So here we can understand the eagerness of Sukadeva and other sages to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. From their questions only, we can clearly see the deep enthusiasm and eagerness to hear more and more about Krishna Katha. Now let's see what is the nature of Krishna Katha. Krishna Katha is unlimited. Just as the Lord is unlimited, His holy name is unlimited, His form is unlimited, His pastimes are unlimited. One pastime I would like to tell that Adishesha continuously he sings the glories and praises Lord Vishnu, and out of his 1,000 mouths also he'll be glorifying all the time. But still, it is the running from decades. But still, even the Kalpas, Yugas are also completing, but still he is not finished glorifying the Lord. So similarly, here it is said that Lord's narration is also unlimited. But on the other side, what happens in the material world? See, whatever we hear again and again, after some time, no, we feel bored about it. We lose interest. We feel tired of hearing. But Krishna Katha is not like that. So Prabhupada explains in one of the examples that when a person is hunger and he eats the food, what happens? His hunger will be satisfied and he gains the strength, he gets nutrition out of that and he feels satisfied and peaceful. Similarly, when a devotee hears a Krishna Katha, the heart becomes purified and it gets satisfied. Spiritual strength will be increased. We become nourished spiritually. We gain enthusiasm to move forward in the devotional life. So therefore, Krishna consciousness is described as a Ananda Mudi Vardhana, means once a ocean of bliss that keeps increasing. So in material world, what happened? Material enjoyment that will decrease over a period of repeated hearing, right? But spiritual hearing that will increase the joy more and more as many times we hear. So this is why hearing Krishna Katha is not a one-time activity. It is said that we need to hear again and again. Best example is our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. He is none other than Lord Krishna, who appeared as a devotee to teach us how to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. It is said that when he was hearing from Gadadhar Pandit, he would repeatedly request him to repeat. He would tell, please speak again, please tell again, I want to hear again and again. It is said that even after hearing Prahlad Maharaj's pastime for 7 times also, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not satisfied. He was asking, please repeat again, please read again. So this shows how a pure devotee becomes very happy and he is not satisfied by hearing the pastimes of the Lord just by one time. He wants it to hear again and again the Krishna Katha. So rather the eagerness to hear increase more and more, it is said here. So here also we can observe the same enthusiasm in Shaunika Rishi and other sages also. They did not stop saying that now it is over, it is finished, okay, let's stop here. No, what did they do? Instead, they continued to inquire further. Please let us know what happened, what questions were asked afterwards. So, what conversation took place between them? In this way, the eagerness was there in them and they inquired continuously about this. So, one more point we need to understand from this verse is Sukadeva Goswami, who is a speaker here, he is generally a realized soul. He is not just a person who has acquired knowledge. He is one who has transferred knowledge into realization. From Bhagavatam, we can understand his history. He has, we have discussed many times in our previous classes also. Sukadeva Goswami, in his previous identity, he was actually a parrot which was associated with Srimati Radharani. And he was personally present there with her and being cared by Srimati Radharani. That same parrot appeared in material world as Sukadeva Goswami. Therefore, whenever we see the picture of Sukadeva Goswami, we can see his face resembling like a parrot. Even in the narration of Srinivasa Kalyana, we get the reference of Sukadeva Goswami. There is a place called Tiruchannur, which is originally known as Sukunur. This is a place where Sukadeva Goswami's ashrama was there. So over a period of time, the Sukunur was being changed to Tiruchannur. Okay, so Sukadeva Goswami had an association with Srimati Radharani and Lord Krishna. So he heard the conversation between them. Later also he heard Srimad Bhagavatam spoken by Lord Shiva to Parvati. And again, after appearing as son of Vyasadeva also, he heard the same Bhagavatam from his father, Vyasadeva. In this way, by hearing Bhagavatam again and again, he fully absorbed it, realized it, and attained a complete spiritual realization. Therefore, he is not an ordinary person. So, whatever he speaks is completely perfect and completely from realization only. So this realization, sakshatkara, is of three kinds, as we have seen as we have studied in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. That is Brahman realization, Paramatma realization, and Bhagavan realization. So in Brahman realization, what happens? The aspect of Sat, that is eternity, is pervaded. In Paramatma realization, what happens? Sat and Chit, that is eternity and knowledge, is pervaded. But in Bhagavan realization, what happened? Sat, Chit, Ananda, all the three, that is eternity, knowledge, and bliss, all are fully and completely realized. Therefore, Brahman and Paramatma realization are only partial realization. It is not complete, but the complete and perfect realization is a Bhagavan realization. So Sukadeva Goswami is personally experiencing this. He has heard, realized, and directly perceived it, and now he is doing it. He is doing this in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam, and he is giving it to us. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam is described as a Sukha Mukha Amruta Dhruva Samyukta, means the nectar falling from the mouth of Sukadeva Goswami. So the nectar should always be drunk, right? It is not like in the material world how we drink water, juice, or something like that through mouth. It is said that Srimad Bhagavatam should, that nectar we must hear through our ear holes, that is Karna Randhras only we need to hear and relish it. And also in this verse, it is said that the Kavi word is used, means that Sukadeva Goswami is not only a Rishi, a great sage, but he is also a Kavi, means a poet. That means he is expert in presenting Srimad Bhagavatam as a beautiful poetic composition. So each verse in Srimad Bhagavatam is a perfect arrangement and sequence. So Srimad Bhagavatam is so Sukadeva Goswami is so expert in describing Bhagavatam with such a sweetness, that is Madhurya, that all the other sages and like Maharaj Parikshit, they forgot themselves. Complete 7 days, they did not drink water, they did not sleep, they did not feel hungry. They were enjoying that Madhurya Rasa. So here it is said that why that sweetness is there, means because the sweetness and relished nature of his presentation, means Sukadeva Goswami's presentation was so beautiful and it was so sweetful. So that is the reason all the listeners were completely engaged in hearing that. So when a speaker is deeply realized and he tells tastefully, then what happens? Immediately, the listener also develops the same taste in hearing. It is said in Srimad Bhagavatam. So, therefore, Sukadev Goswami is extremely expert in speaking, describing, and relishing Srimad Bhagavatam. So if you see further, Krishna, after returning to his abode, he appeared in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. Therefore, Krishna is present in Bhagavatam and especially in the form of Shabda Rupa. So simply by chanting and hearing these verses, we can directly get association of Krishna. We should be very thankful for our leaders. Why? Because every day they are giving us the opportunity for Nitya Bhagavata Sevayam. That 20-30 minutes, what is there? They really expert speakers, they will come and describe the Bhagavatam. Each and every verse will be described. Hearing Nitya Bhagavata is really blissful for everyone. So it is suggested that simply by chanting and hearing these verses directly is like directly getting associated with Lord Krishna himself. So if you see further, the qualities of being a kavi, that is poet, is described here. Say it is given in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, where Krishna Dasa Kaviraj Goswami lists the qualities of a Vaishnava, which should be there in a Vaishnava. So he explains the 26 qualities there. Now let's see who is a Vaishnava. Vaishnava is not just an ordinary person. See, if we just like when we say someone is a doctor, what do we recognize? We recognize a coat and a stethoscope. Then we'll come to a conclusion that yes, he's a doctor. In between a big crowd, also we can identify a doctor. Similarly, if we see a policeman, we can recognize him through his uniform and through his appearance only. We can make out yes, he is a police officer. Right? Similarly, in the same way, how we can recognize a Vaishnava? He is recognized by this 26 qualities. For a Vaishnava, what are the ornaments? His ornaments are not the material things which are available, but it is said that his qualities are this Vaishnava qualities. So a devotee may not be wealthy, fameful, or he might not be in a position or something like that. But his true dedication is his divine quality. So there are 26 qualities which are mentioned here. So Prabhupada further he explains that the pure devotees of the Lord automatically they will develop all these godly qualities, and he lists these 26 qualities in this purport. For a pure devotee, these qualities arise naturally. It is said that no need of any artificial things or no need of any imitation, because a pure devotee automatically he will be having all these 26 qualities. So in a pure devotee, these 26 qualities will be fully manifested. As we all know, Krishna is having 64 qualities, but Krishna's devotees, a pure devotee, will be having 26 qualities. So here there are 26 qualities of a Vaishnavas mentioned in this verse. First one is Krupalu, means merciful. A Vaishnava will be merciful. He will be filled with compassion towards all the living beings, not only human beings, but also to the animals, from ant to the biggest animal. Okay. So he is so compassionate. A Vaishnava is very compassionate. And next is non-envious. Second quality is he is non-envious. A Vaishnava, he will never harm anyone or he will never be envious about others. Why? He'll be a self-satisfied person, right? That's the reason. Third quality is truthful. So always a Vaishnava will speak truth and he lives in the truth. Fourth quality is Sama. It is equal to all. Means a Vaishnava sees all living beings equally. Fifth quality is faultlessness. Means free from material defects and blames. See, there are defects, right? So a Vaishnava will be free from those defects and he will be, and from the blames also he will be freed. Sixth quality is that he will be generous. Means a Vaishnava is generous. He is freely, because he gives freely spiritual knowledge to all. What did Prabhupada do? Prabhupada went to West to fulfill his guru's words, and he went there and he changed hippie to happy, because that is the generous quality which is present in the Vaishnava, right? Next one is seventh quality of a Vaishnava is a gentle. Gentle means he is soft-hearted and he's got a kind behavior. Eighth quality is clean. Means a Vaishnava will be pure both. He will be clean inner and externally and internally. So ninth quality is without material possessions. Means he'll not be anchoring for any name, fame, wealth, money, which is required for the material world. That he will not anchor because he will be satisfied with whatever he has. The 10th quality is benefit to all. Means a Vaishnava will always work for others' welfare, spreading Krishna consciousness even for a least to least person. So like Mrigari and other people, no? Like that. A Vaishnava will be completely compassionate in spreading and he'll be beneficial for all the living entities. So it is said that in the Puranas, in the olden days, Vaishnavas, they were not only being compassionate to the human beings, even for the animals. They were not only making their prajas do the Ekadashi, it is said that even for the animals also, they were making them to fast for the Ekadashi. This is for the well-being, so that they get good body in the next birth. So this is the way a Vaishnava thinks. He is not only limitizing only for the human beings, not like that. He is compassionate towards the animals also. He is beneficial for all. 11th point is that he is peaceful. Peaceful means he'll be always undisturbed. He will be calm in all the situations. So 12th quality is he is surrendered to Krishna. He is always surrendered to Krishna. He takes the full shelter of Krishna alone and he will not get deviated. So 13th quality is he is free from material desires. Means he has no selfish desires. No mundane desires he has got. His only desire is going back to Goloka Vrindavan. So 14th is he'll be a Vaishnava is independent and indifferent to material things. Means he'll be detached. He'll not be attached to the material things. It is said that how a lotus leaf on that if a drop of water falls, how it is untouched. Similarly, the Vaishnava also he will be untouched. He will be present there, but he will be untouched with the material things. Example, the office. Even a devotee goes to office and a materialistic person also goes to office. He does his work and he earns to satisfy Krishna, to satisfy the devotees, to earn something and have a satisfying life. So, but a material person is not like that, right? So that is mentioned here. That is mentioned here. The 15th quality is steady mind. Means a Vaishnava will be having a firm and determined mind in devotion. So 16th quality is he will be having Vijeta Sadguna, means control over all the enemies. What are the 6 enemies which we have got as a human? Will be having lust, anger, greed, illusion, pride, and envy. So all the 6 enemies also a devotee Vaishnava will be having control on it. 17th quality is he'll be a Vaishnava will be a moderate eater, means eats only what is necessary. It is not that whatever we get we eat. It is like a Vaishnava eats only moderately, means very limitedly, and which is necessary only he eats. So 18th point, sorry. 18th point is he is very sober person, means careful person, always alert and not careless. So 19th point is he is respectful to others, means he gives respect to everyone. 20th point is a Vaishnava will be humble, means he doesn't expect any respect from others. See, in the 19th point, we have seen he gives respect to others. In 20th point, we see that Vaishnava is a very humble. He doesn't expect any respect from others. So 21 point is grave, means deep and thoughtful in chapter. In character, in his character, he'll be very deep and very thoughtful. And 22nd quality is he is very compassionate, feeling compassionate to others. So 23rd is friendly, means he'll be friendly and well-wisher to all the living beings, not only humans, but also for the animals. So next is the 24th quality is wise or poetic. So Vaishnava, he'll be expert in experiencing and spreading truth all over the world through his preachings. So Kavi means poetic. Vaishnava will be poetic and he will be wise. And 25th is expert, means a Vaishnava will be skillful and efficient in his service. And 26th quality is he is silent and controlled speech, means a Vaishnava speaks only limitedly what is meaningful and beneficial. So these are the 26 qualities which are mentioned in this verse by Srila Prabhupada. So if you see in this verse, while glorifying the quality of a Kavi, that is poet, Sukadev Goswami, Srila Prabhupada has explained this 26 qualities of a Vaishnava as described by Krishna Raja Kavidas Goswami in the Madhya Leela of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Therefore, we are discussing this 26 qualities here. So here I would like to end here. I would like to thank all of you for your patient hearing. I would like to thank Matrapati Prabhu and Parabhakti Mataji for giving this wonderful opportunity for my own purification. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Patapon Guru Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Vedagamya Mataji, for your nice class. So nicely you have explained about the 26 qualities of a Vaishnava. I have a few points to share with, and we will wait for the participants to share their points. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam Mataji.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji.
Very nice session, Mataji. And today, like you mentioned that how chanting and hearing helps us to directly associate it with Krishna, and how a Vaishnava is recognized by his 26 qualities, and very nicely explained all these qualities. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Amen. Anybody else?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
The 26 qualities of Vaishnavas was very ಅದನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ನಮಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಇದಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೂ ವಿತ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ರೂ ಏನು ಹೇಳೋದು, ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿರೋದೇ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ಲಿನೂ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಕಾನ್ಷಿಯಸ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಬರಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮಾತಾಜಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.